Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's stunning. Just wait and see. That's a pun off of Glimpse the Core. I've glimpsed some fantastic additions in the past. Glimpse the Core is basically the same, pretty similar to Thunderherd Migration or Rampant Growth for anybody that knows that card. These things, it's a sorcery speed, 1 and a green. You search for a basic land and you put it right onto the battlefield. So that gets you ahead. Turn 2, you play your second land, you play this, you're at 3. And there's probably nothing the opponent can do about it. They could take out one of your non-basic lands. Usually that's the case. Either the Sunken Citadel that you played on turn 1, Cavern of Souls, something like that. But the basic land that it grabs, you're safe. You're good. And it is a forest, and I want a forest to help Castle Garenbrig enter untapped. Also, there is Topiary Stomper, which is why I have that one mountain in here. But again, as always, if I have Topiary Stomper plus something else that is grabbing basic lands from the library or putting them into my hand, putting them onto the battlefield, a lot of stuff grabbing it. That's why we have 6 forests and a single mountain. Sometimes I go up to 8, but 7 feels pretty good. Didn't really want to cut down more stomping grounds. I had that at 2, but no, I want to keep that nice and healthy. The mana is not a problem though, getting the colors I need. Planie's Hatcher, Regisaur Alpha. I would at least have a Sunken. I could choose red if I have enough sources of green just to get that for one of these 2 here, but otherwise Stomping Ground would cover it, Cavern of Souls, and again that mountain. Either I see the mountain or I see Topiary, which can grab the mountain to fix for these things, or possibly playing Perforos, which it's in there as a 9th copy of giving all my other creatures haste, pretty much, and a very durable way of giving my creatures haste. Because often enough, the opponent, if they're wise and they realize what to do, if they have one answer, they'll take out Regisaur Alpha or Planie's Hatcher. If I only have one of either of those, before it happens, before we go to combat, and I don't get to attack with everything that Ghalta Stampede Tyrant put on the battlefield, putting any number of creatures, oftentimes the mixture is enough, and with these things I get to attack. And I want to attack, because I might be dead the next turn if I cannot finish the opponent off, which they might be at full health, as many of you have seen. Dead. Done. Oh, you're at 25. Doesn't matter. Oh, you have a few blockers. Still, doesn't matter. Plow right through. Beat them up. If I have to buy time, Planie's Hatcher actually has saved me quite a bit, and I just realized I didn't move the chat over. 1 second here. I can't believe it. Usually I remember to do that. Shift it over to my secondary monitor just so I can keep things nice and on track. Okay, back in action. The game plan is similar, simple, but you will see Tranquil Frillback. That used to be Deathgorge Scavenger, which is very lovely stuff. A dinosaur from the original Ixalan. 2 and a green for a 3/2 when it enters the battlefield or attacks. You get to exile a card. If it's a non-creature, he gets +1/+1, but if you exile a creature, you get 2 life. So that could happen twice in a turn. If Deathgorge enters plus it attacks, you're getting to exile 2 things. Maybe it gets a little bigger, maybe you gain some life. Nathaniel, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Hopefully you're strapped in for some eye-opening domination. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, just getting into the fact that I didn't always like Tranquil Frillback. It is good, it does a lot of stuff, but playing it on turn 3 with 3 mana with this particular list, you could play it on turn 3 with 4 mana if you're using a dork or something like that. Cost reduction, reducing this to 2. But mainly what I'm getting at is having at least an extra green. It feels very bad. You're stuck between not playing it, waiting, or just playing it. A 3/3 for 2 and a green is not so fun. It doesn't feel good at all. Oh, aversion and okay. Very good stuff. Hey, as long as you keep practicing, you'll always find different little lines. It's very good. It's very good, I must say. I'm still being surprised. And there's lots of fringe cases. That was also a good point. That reminds me. This one thing, whatever it is, let's say getting Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant on turn 4. That's possible. If you have Sunken turn 1, Sunken turn 2, and a forest, and you go Topiary with the forest to grab a land, so you're sitting at 2 Sunkens, 2 forests, plus Castle Garenbrig is your land for the turn on turn 4. You can make a green. Ghalta, boom, dead. I did that once, I believe, on stream, I'm pretty sure. But little things like that, it's a very fringe experience. You should basically never hope to have that happen. It has to pretty much be Sunken Citadel as the first 2 lands, although that does change quite a bit. Glimpse the Core could increase the possibility of that. Sunken on turn 1, Forest on turn 2, Glimpse the Core, boom, you're ahead a little bit. Sunken on turn 3, perhaps, something like that. But just mixing in Castle Garenbrig as well. But Glimpse the Core did switch out Sylvan Scrying, which you guys, well, I was using quite a bit. It's a very nice card, but it doesn't actually get me ahead. Sometimes I don't play a land on the following turn anyways. I don't draw a land. So it does work out to be the same. If I wasn't playing one for that turn, I might as well grab the land, put it into my hand, and be ready for the next turn. But Glimpse the Core, gets a forest, puts it out, we're ready, we're set, get the job done. Or I return a cave, and what very key card is a cave? Sunken Citadel. There you go. Oftentimes the opponent is pretty wise to my ways, and they take out Castle Garenbrig with Field of Ruin or Boseiju, the lovely Boseiju. That goes away. However, I can probably be kind of sneaky. If I see the Field of Ruin on turn 2 or turn 3, I wait for the Castle Garenbrig. I might choose red for a Sunken Citadel if I have 2 of them. But say I choose red, and it's the only source of red because I have maybe 2 forests, something like that. The opponent's going to see, oh, this person has only 1 source of red and it's a non-basic land. I got to take that out. I just make it perhaps a juicier target, whatever you want to call it. Kind of lean them towards that. And then a couple turns later, when I drop Castle Garenbrig, that they would have rather destroyed. Their Field of Ruin is used up. Glimpse the Core brings that Sunken Citadel back. After I've played land for the turn, I can get 2 out with this. So we'll be, oh yeah, very sneaky, very sneaky. Protect the castle by not playing the castle. And of course it is a land, so it's resilient to most hand hate. Thoughtseize can't discard this, but yeah, protect the castle. Make him use the Field of Ruin on something other than this, because he can't bring it back from the graveyard, because it's definitely not a cave. Well, going back to Tranquil Frillback, I got off on many tangents. Sometimes that is the case, but turn 2, Glimpse the Core, puts a 3rd land on the battlefield, and then hopefully turn 3, I put the 4th land out, so I have 4 mana. Tranquil Frillback enters. At the very least, I can exile target player's graveyard. Is it Phoenix or something like that? But I'll leave it right there for 1 second. I just actually have to take my sweater off. I'm heating up. I left my computer on too long, and I took a little while making the thumbnail tonight, which that turned out pretty good. It popped. 1 second. Okay. It's even like minus 12 or 15 or something. I forget what it is tonight. Very, very chilly stuff. But dinos are fired up ready to go, dominate opponents. Tranquil Throwback, we talked about that. Artifacts, enchantments, good. Back to nature, lovely. Giant Cindermaw, beautiful. Now, I don't know if I hate life gain enough. I'll probably move Giant Cindermaw out. Don't really need that life gain hate. If Roiling Vortex is the life gain hate, Amalia, Explore, Discover combo if we happen to face it. But there's a lot of different stuff. Every night tonight could be wild, as probably a lot of you guys experience. I say we jump right into it. Oh, I was a little bit faster with that intro, my goodness. One day though, I'll just fire it up and I'll just keep talking about all these little bits of information as it goes. As people make comments, I'll go off on a tangent and say, hey, I have experience with this. This happened and that happened. And, Boros Heroic, very rough stuff. Yeah. I'm just glad I don't face it too much. Very aggressive decks. Naturally, you could imagine not playing too many creatures and too much interaction. Difficult. But you can't have a super duper fantastic matchup against everything. Otherwise, I think people would probably be playing what you're playing. This hand looks lovely. We got the turn 1 Commune if I feel like doing it. I don't have Glimpse the Core. I wouldn't want to use Commune on turn 1 if I had Glimpse the Core for 2. Well, it's not Boros Heroic, Nathaniel, but it is Boros Convoke, sadly. Do I need to use the Forest? We'll wait and see. I'll see what I draw next turn. The card that I draw next turn could drastically change what I would want to grab. Now I have a castle. If there's a Sunken in the mixture, I can grab this Sunken as well. If I had played Commune turn 1, I might have seen a mixture of castle and Sunken, but only been able to grab one of those things. So this is pretty lovely. I do this first just in case. Well, that's not a Sunken Citadel, but at least I dug deep. Tranquil Throwback. I got lots of costly things already. Maybe, perhaps I just need Tranquil Throwback down. Oh yes. That's a very good thing. Just wait. If you have 1-drops, Llanowar Elves, some good 2-drops, you might not have that window, but I know. Commune with Dinosaurs is good at any point in the game, but if you have a mixture of stuff you could want to grab, you might as well wait at least a turn. It doesn't hurt anything. It certainly didn't hurt anything in that case. And yeah, if it was a Sunken there, I didn't play my second land yet, so Sunken could be the second land. Castle Garenbrig. Yeah, it could. Well, mostly dead here. I'll play Topiary just get in range of Regisaur Alpha. But I would imagine we're done for. Yeah, probably. It's not like any variation of Dinos would have done splendidly against okay, well, definitely not. Hey, that's how she goes. Oof. 8, 14, yeah, that tends to do the trick. Nothing I would have done differently. However, I'm going to hope they don't have protection, because Brotherhood's End actually brought an end to a few opponents before I started. Right when I got home from work, I tried to grind out a bunch of matches before supper, before I really had to watch the kids a little closer, and that did it. Trim some Ghaltas, some T-Rexes, a little bit off the top just to bring this in. Still have fantastic bodies. I could trim Giant Cindermaw, really. Tranquil Throwback is not going to be doing a whole lot. They could have ossification, potentially. That's always a real possibility. Oh, absolutely, Nathaniel. This would be so much fun in paper. Hopefully I play it. I think I will. One day. I have my Ghalta Stampede Tyrants coming in the mail. My Sunken Citadels as well. I don't have Cavern of Souls. I'm still trying to search for the best deal for Cavern of Souls. See if I can find it somewhere. Right now it's about $60 Canadian. I can find it for about $50 after conversion in US. Starts out at about 34 and then that's roughly 50 Canadian. But we'll see. We'll see. This hand, well, I don't have to look at it much. I've seen, ooh, wow. Hey, that's how you go. You can't just have one glimpse of the core when you have wacky things like that happen. Well, that's something. Cut the costliest stuff, although Ghalta Primal Hunger could come down as 2 or 3 in some cases. Yeah, yeah. At least I am at 3, and you are seeing how it's kind of rough. Thunderherd Migration, that would have been able to grab a mountain. My single mountain that I have, I would have been able to play Giant Cindermaw, unfortunately. Oh, yes. Oh, I'll show the shirt after I painfully lose from not having a source of red. Let's do it now. Let the opponent squirm a bit. I think I've worn this shirt before. It says eat trash with a raccoon. I'm eating a lot of damage from this mono white opponent. Oh, one of my favorite shirts. I have a lot of graphic ones. Quite a few. Well, if that first land was a Sunken Citadel, I would be able to make 6 green, but that was not the case. They can't all go perfectly. That's for sure. And sometimes that is a problem. You're seeing, if I just didn't have Giant Cindermaw whatsoever, well, it would have been good. Like I was saying, Rolling Vortex hates against life gain. Giant Cindermaw only hates against life gain. Rolling Vortex does cover a bunch of other matchups, so quite reasonably Giant Cindermaw could have been some other creature, something in green. That would have been the dream. Pay 2 life, got 3 blockers, perhaps I'm safe, as long as they don't play another Copper Code Vanguard or have the giant guy. Yeah. My shirt, it says eat trash, but Plenty's Hatcher may be eating some removal. Maybe the opponent is looking at these eggs and wants to make some breakfast. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Mutavault. That tends to do the trick. Maybe they miss it. So they are in Platinum. Platinum 1. Or something. Okay, yeah. Okay, get lost. I will get lost. I will concede. Hey, that's pretty good. But I was able to make a lot of mana with just lands. Resilience to removal such as get lost. But sometimes that's how it goes. I just started. Not too many matches, Rodrigo, but it's pretty good. Glimpse the core from the matches that I played before this. Lovely, lovely stuff. Yes. And I made a cup of coffee. I don't always do that. I was drinking Coke Zero there for a while. There's a good deal on at our Shoppers Drug Mart, the local pharmacy chain. 750 milliliter Coke Zeros, a 6-pack for $3.50 Canadian. Whew. It was like 50% off. Man, I love it. But speaking of eating trash, I have my trash just right outside. And because it's the winter, minus 15 and whatnot, it keeps basically all the animals out of the way. And yeah, I don't have to worry about them getting into it. More into the caves, yes, absolutely. I have done, I think I did one night with Splunking Cloaked Phantom. I'm pretty sure I did. I might have tested it out a little bit and then never tried it on a particular night. Okay. This is the Hand of Legend. These 3 lands, I'm looking at 6 green. 3, oh Oh boy. Oh boy. Strap yourselves in and hope there is not a Thoughtseize. Oh. Yes. Yeah, this is good. But yes, Cloak Phantom. We could talk a little bit more about leaning into the caves. It's always been on the back of my mind. It's something that really could work quite well, I must say. Do I want another Ghalta because they might have a Thoughtseize? Do I want to protect the possibility? Do I like Topiary Stomper? It would grab a land. Stuff with enter the battlefield effects, very good, and Topiary Stomper might as well. I might have 6 lands. As long as Topiary is part of the creatures that are put out by Ghalta, I would get the 7th and still be able to attack with it. But, I gotta grab the forest, just in case. You never know. Those 3 lands, 2 Sunkens and Castle, a 6, 7, 8. Play it safe, play it safe. Ooh. It's getting intense. As long as they don't kill me, I mean, I probably have enough turns, I would think. Play Carnage Tyrant next turn. Carnage Tyrant really just to buy time and hope they don't make me sacrifice anything. Shieldred, well, that probably locks things up. A little bit too slow, unfortunately. That's okay. That's okay. I can play Tyrranax Rex. As long as they don't have removal for it. Maybe I can make the magic happen. Probably not. Shieldred's Edict, Liliana of the Veil, and I would fail. Don't do it. Well, I'm certainly done for with the graveyard. Ugh, okay. Nuts. But you can imagine how going first, 1 turn sooner, dead. Done. The Graveyard Glutton really is certainly quite painful indeed. Just flipping an extra damage, being 4 power, and then exiling 2 things, potentially making me lose a lot of life. Don't see why we wouldn't be dead, unless they're just scared to face it. You never know. Oh, whoa! Okay. Okay, that's all right. I knew I just knew I should have grabbed that second Ghalta. I knew I would probably draw more lands. Ooh. Live and learn, I guess. Pretty crazy stuff. Hey, at least I got 4 blockers. I should definitely be safe now. Would Shieldred trade with Tyrranax Rex? I don't think so. No. Can't afford to risk it. I don't think I'm going to get lucky and see the opponent missing. Well, basically lethal. I was already so low. Shieldred would have finished things off. Yeah. Good. Not so good. Nuts. Speaking of nuts. I mean, they just have to attack with everything, pretty much. Maybe they don't attack. Huh. Okay, I'll sacrifice an egg that wasn't going to be able to be sacrificed anyways, because I don't have a Plany anymore. Yeah. What am I going to get? The other oh. No other Ghalta. Ooh, that is pretty close. Pretty good. One last draw. Just attack them, because it's pretty cool to get to attack with T-Rexes. There you go. Well, good-ish. Close. So close. Okay, I learned my lesson. Keep it the same. Sometimes I have brought in Brotherhood's End. Sometimes I don't. Depends how I'm feeling. But Brotherhood's End is pretty darn devastating against Rakdos Midrange. Most of the creatures are 3 toughness. Graveyard Trespasser before it transforms into the Graveyard Glutton, 3 toughness. Bone Crusher, Blood Tithe Harvester, a lot. It can be quite devastating. You don't get rid of Shieldred, but sometimes I don't care. If I'm just a sliver faster, does the trick. But it seems like they're a little bit scared, a little bit timid, so perhaps that could work in our favor. Wow, that's not going to work in my favor. Wow, that does. Absolutely. Send a mountain to the bottom. Big time. Get that lovely sunken. Hopefully see a glimpse of the core. That would be good to supercharge everything. But hey, this is still going to be perfectly reasonable. 6, 7. Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, no. Oh, not the Topiary. At the very least, I can make 6 green with those 4 lands after they get rid of Topiary Stomper. They're definitely getting rid of Topiary Stomper. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, how about that? I'll take it. Maybe they have another Thoughtseize. They're going to use it on Regisaur Alpha, but I'm fine with that. I was certain it would be Topiary. 5, 6 land. Oh, you know what? We're just going to play Regisaur Alpha. I was thinking of getting a little bit closer to Topiary Stomper, getting to 7. But if I draw a 6 land next turn, I can play that, plus Glimpse the Core, getting me to 7 there. Better to just use up all that mana for Regisaur Alpha, hopefully playing another one next turn. And that's going to be some pretty good aggression. I imagine at least Regisaur is going down. Okay, that's pretty good. I still have the token, not so bad. Could hit them for 6 after they swing with it. Or they have a fatal push, perhaps. That's always rough stuff. Hey, Commune, at the very least. I can spend 1 to grab something big. Oh, that was close. Ooh. I gotta think about this one. Nah, I'm just gonna go for aggression. Aggression with that Regisaur Alpha, and I think that's gonna be quite nice. Hitting them for 6. Oh, all of that stuff was so tempting, though. The OG Ghalta, a bunch of Sunkens, Carnage Tyrant, but I wouldn't have been able to play it. Well, I would have been able to play Carnage Tyrant. With the 4 lands, I could have made it 6, but I wouldn't have been able to attack with it. I saw a nice opportunity to get in with the other token, both of them, keep up that pressure, and hopefully draw another Commune with Dinosaurs, crossing my fingers. But the constant pressure from the 3/3s with Trample should do pretty good. That Misery Shadow could get to 4. That's what they're probably thinking. Trade with Regisaur Alpha, something like that, I would imagine. At the very least, I'll just grab basic lands out of the library. I thin the deck, increasing the chance that I draw something other than a land. It's a very slim increase, but hey, I might as well. And we'll see who they kill. It's going to be rough stuff after they start copying things. Pretty certain Misery Shadow would maybe just trade with one of the tokens, probably. Oh, okay, get itself to 3. Okay. That works too. Oh, okay. Whoa, what's going on here? I would like to take over. Oh, I like that. I'll take out Reflection of Kiki Jiki any day. Fine by me. I can play anything at this point. 6, 10. I can make 10 mana. Oh, I can play Zakama. I could play Zakama easily and still have 1 left over. That's deadly. What do they got up their sleeve, though? Huh. If I get a Tyrranax Rex, it's, well, all over. Would have been. How many T-Rexes have I seen? None yet. So there's a very real possibility that I can top deck 1 of the 4. Brotherhood's End could be pretty nice. Take out the Misery Shadow. Possibly after I attack in with the token and trick them. They bring it up to 4, or Reckoner Bankbuster becomes a creature, the token hits it, and then afterwards, in the second main phase, I use Brotherhood's End and sweep everybody, hopefully. That's what I might try. Actually, I didn't bring in Brotherhood's End. What am I thinking? Okay. Interesting. I'm thinking back to the previous match there. No, it's a bunch of damage. Oh, man, they're supercharging that. Tyrranax Rex, you can do it. Oh. T-Rex. Well, it's not T-Rex, but it's got to be Palani's Hatcher. Have as many blockers as humanly possible. See if we can live. Gotta hold everybody back. It's a little bit too risky. Maybe if I was above 10, attack with those 2 dinosaurs, something like that. But hopefully I top deck it. Man, that Tyrranax Rex has got to be coming up sometime soon here. Okay, took it out. Good stuff. That tends to do the trick. Oh. Odd. Okay. Exile all your creatures. Good. Okay, that's interesting. Well, now we stabilize. Tranquil Throwback. I have enough mana to take out the Reckoner Bankbuster, exile the graveyard, and gain 4 life. That's doesn't get better than that. Okay, good. Huh. Leave the forest there, just to pretend like it's something scary. Maybe they would use Thoughtseize. Huh. I like it. Guess they're returning a Graveyard Trespasser or that Bone Crusher. That could be a little bit rough. Hopefully I have something to play so Trespasser doesn't transform next turn. Ugh, I don't have anything to play. Well, I'll attack him, see what happens. Gonna do it anyways. We got the Mutavault plus Den of the Bugbear. Sometimes you just you get flooded badly, and you don't see one certain thing that would do the trick. Nuts, I say. Well, maybe I need more ways to search for Tyrranax Rex, but that's not the case. That is well, that just happens. A very unfortunate happening. An uncommon occurrence, you could say. And I was even past a third of the way through the deck. There are a bunch of cards on the bottom from Commune with Dinosaurs, putting them down that way. So it was like 36 in. Still, no Tyrranax Rex. Whew, that guy is deadly stuff. Super deadly. Perfect. Love it. 2 communes. Castle Garenbrig. Hey, if I can make, well, I'll wait again, just in case. I have 2 communes, so I don't have to worry about maybe a Thoughtseize getting rid of it. Oh, wow. There we go. It only took a completely different match to finally see Tyrranax Rex. Well, there's no Sunken Citadel, but I may need that stomping ground. Eventually. Hopefully next turn I see it with Commune. Get a Sunken. That'd be good. Sunken Citadel. Oh, I was going to be shocked if I still did not see a single one. Next turn, Carnage. Turn after that, T-Rex. And then maybe afterwards, lots of good stuff. But hopefully it's fast enough. If they don't have Sheoldred's Edict, Carnage Tyrant is going to be a pretty big headache for this deck. Can't attack into that. But we'll find out. Beautiful. Oh. And you know what else is coming up? I could go Carnage Tyrant again if I'm worried about them paying the Ward 4. But they only have 3 lands at the moment, so that is going to be a pretty big hoop to jump through. That's for sure. Oh boy. Must be scared. Quaking in their boots, yeah. Yeah, discard that Fatal Push. Why don't you? Use Duress. Oh. Do it. Oh, Sheoldred, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I love it. It just grinds all their aggression to a halt. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Okay, well, I'll take out Blood Tithe Harvester. I like that. But I'll actually go with Carnage Tyrant. I can't attack with that the turn it enters, but I can attack with Tyrranax Rex after I play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn. I hope. Well, we'll see. That Carnage Tyrant will block Sheoldred. Very nice stuff. If they wanted to attack Sheoldred's Edict, sacrifice the Carnage Tyrant that's tapped, so that's perfectly fine. Hope they don't have too much land destruction, but you never know. They're mousing over those lands. A rock in a hard place. Okay, that's pretty good. We're still not dead. Maybe I get somebody with haste or who knows what. Oh!
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Okay. If they don't have removal for Planie's Hatcher, they're definitely dead. Surprise. What you gonna do? Nothing much. They could have Go for the Throat if they know what's good for them. That's what they'll do. Doesn't seem to be the case. Swing with everything, even that egg, even though it's not going to be dealing much damage. Lights out, buddy. Revenge. Revenge is served up. Oh. Do I even need Perforos? I still think I need Perforos, because as I was mentioning, they could have stopped that right there, although both Carnage Tyrants plus Tyrranax Rex at the very least would have been attacking. 14, 8, 24. Yeah, both of those creatures would have had to block, so we still probably would have been safe. We would have had Ghalta and Tranquil Throwback left behind, plus the 2 eggs as well. Paulo, how's it going? Hopefully well, I'm cold, but other than being cold, sometimes all is well. Pretty well. Yeah. I'm having a good time as always, crushing Thanatos. Carnage Tyrant tends to do the trick. You just can't target the thing. Ooh, but you joined at the right time, Paulo. This is interesting. I did this before with Phoenix, but they have Thoughtseize potentially, which would get rid of Commune, and I wouldn't be able to definitely grab the second land. Ooh, it's too risky. I want to risk it. Okay, that's better. Much better. I like it. Definitely T-Rex to the bottom. I like Perforos. Everybody hasty. Don't have to worry about too much. Commune, though, I'm going to use it. Again, I mentioned it before. Thoughtseize could get rid of Commune, so if I turn Commune into a land, Thoughtseize can't get rid of it, technically. Oh, lovely. Climps the core, Topiary Stomper, and we're looking like we're in a good position. Topiary is going to grab that single mountain, getting Perforos down at some point there. Then Carnage Tyrants have haste forever, all those. I love it. Hopefully we're fast enough. It seems like that might be the case. Fable, not too bad. Not the most aggressive thing ever, but hey, Commune, we still get to do it. Oh, that's tempting. I really want to grab the Tranquil Throwback, come to think of it. Yeah, we're grabbing Tranquil Throwback. We're hoping they don't have Thoughtseize, that's for sure. Set up for a big Throwback next turn. Take out Fable, exile the graveyard, all that stuff. A very hasty, yes. Perforos, I love having the 9th way of everybody getting haste. I could add maybe 2 Perforoses, add in Xenagos, God of Revels again. Just a couple more ways to get it, to see it, and potentially if somebody kills one of the hasty things. If 2 are put out, 2 are on the battlefield, I still get that aggression that I was hoping for. Another Inti. That doesn't do too much for them. Hopefully it's not Shieldred. Okay, then that's alright. Blood Tithe Harvester. Oh, we get to take out the treasure as well, which I think is going to be pretty darn... Oh, no, use up... Hold on a second. Use up that mountain. I want to make sure I have 3 green for the 3 that I need for Tranquil Throwback. Doing that, kicking it twice, basically. It should be pretty good. Bring us back up to 15. Take out the Fable. Lovely. Don't have to worry about Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. If that was somewhere in the mixture, we haven't seen it quite yet, but very nice that I hit him in 2 parts and gain the life and have a creature behind that can block. If I have to, I'll just trade with the Blood Tithe Harvester. So it's like I gained 4 life, I took out Fable, I exiled the graveyard, and I took out the Blood Tithe Harvester all in one package. That's pretty fantastic. Okay, Fatal Push. What can you do? Cut. How's it going? Hopefully all is well. It's going good. It's going good tonight. Took him down pretty fantastically that first game. Not so much this one. At least I will be able to block with Topiary next turn. Not that it's going to do much for us. Okay, that's pretty good. Tranquil throwback again. My, oh my. Is that going to help in any sort of way? Possibly. Well, hey, use that mountain. Okay, there. We're good. Again. Maybe it'll help. Topiary Stomper also to block again could be nice. Hopefully they don't have another fatal push. Would have been nice to get Perforos down and just have enough devotion for red there, but that is sometimes not the case. Probably never, pretty much never with this list. Mostly it's just there for a super durable, everybody has haste option. Well, I got something for somebody. That tends to do the trick. Ooh. Ouch. Painful. Brotherhood's End? Yeah, let's do Brotherhood's End. Trim that Perforos. Definitely want to keep in Tranquil Throwback there, because now that buys us time. Sometimes that's just what I'm looking for. Yeah, 2 Ghaltas. Let's do it. Alright, revenge time. Let's go. Ooh. Well, that's not going to get me much revenge at all with no lands. Alright, perfect. But, yeah, that's like basically literally perfect. Question is, let me think. Do I like Tyrranax Rex or Carnage Tyrant? Tyrranax Rex just because it has haste pretty much. Sunken turn 1, Cavern turn 2. Then we get to go Glimpse on turn 2, have a forest for Castle Garenbrig on the following turns. Oh, very much. Pretty much having it in for, well, anybody and everybody. Trim it for this just to make space for the Sweeper Brotherhood's End, because that can be pretty helpful against Rakdos. But yeah, just a little bit more haste. Have it in to start. Well, whenever I face, yeah, pretty much anybody. I just want more haste. That's the main thing. So yeah, start with Perforos, the 9th way to give everyone haste, and then maybe trim it if it comes to that, if it makes sense to do so. But I must say, I do like a good old Tyrranax Rex on turn 4. That's fast enough, I hope. No Thoughtseize. Ooh, don't do it. Oh, don't do it. Oh, they're looking at Castle Garenbrig. Oh boy. Oh, they did it. So dang! Nuts. I would have actually been able to play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant on turn 4, which would have been pretty darn sweet. I know, that's how it goes. Sometimes you get flooded, but also it brings me back to some moments where I've had too much ramping. I get to make a lot of mana with a few lands efficiently. Sunken, 2 forests, and Castle Garenbrig is 6 green right there. Ugh. How often do I need other stuff that gets stuff, lands? That's the question. But again, sometimes you can't avoid it. I only have 22 lands in the list. That's just how it goes. You draw lands out, you hope to not draw lands, and you still do. Tyrranax Rex, come on, you can save me, good buddy. It's not Tyrranax Rex, but I gain a bunch of life, and that's perfectly fine by me. Plenty of green. Ooh, deadly. 6. I can make 12 mana at the moment, which is absolutely nuts. 2 Sunkens and Castle is 6, plus all the other lands. Maybe I should be even a little more greedy, I guess you could say, and I could play the Tyrranax from the Dungeons and Dragons set. That'd be pretty cool too. Huh. You're gonna have removal. Maybe. At the very least, if they don't have removal, I could combine blockers, and then Topiary Stomper and Tranquil Throwback could, you know, take out Shieldred. Maybe. It looks like they might have a Fatal Push, and they didn't have, well, they did have a permanent leave the battlefield, so they could have taken somebody out. They don't have Fatal Push, at least. But they probably have one removal for 1 creature. If I double blocked, I would lose 1 to removal and the 1 to Shieldred, and that would not be good. Planie's Hatcher, that could be alright, you know. I could get something nice and big coming up, hopefully. Maybe see Brotherhood's End, but Brotherhood's End would not have really done a whole lot. Sometimes it is just Shieldred. They kill a few things. And then Brotherhood's End maybe just takes out those goblins, potentially. There's the removal that I was worried about. At the very least, I get to attack with Topiary Stomper. I got 2 chump blockers with those eggs, just buying time until we get something nice here. I could see just about anything. We've lost 1. There's 3 more. I think I might have trimmed 1. Maybe. I forget. I imagine there's maybe a Fatal Push somewhere in the mixture here. Well, I'll certainly try to take out the Mutavault. And a Goblin. That could be pretty nice. Not in Mythic now. No cut. I do. Well, I covered that with the Dinosaur. With the border. I'm still in Diamond myself. Hey, that's alright. I got there before with basically this list, and we'll get there again. Definitely. I certainly don't get to grind nearly as much as I would like to. I could go for 40 matches a day. Not quite meant to be yet. Yes. So sometimes I've faced well, I got a stomp. They must have a stomp. That's how it goes. Yeah. The eggs could have saved me, but nothing else really would have, sadly. Shieldred would have finished us off. Darn. Yeah, too many lands. That's alright. Oh yes, definitely got us good. If I could just have hexproof. Oh, and there are some ways. Ley Line of Sanctity, I've used that in the past. I could switch out Giant Cindermaw for Leyline of Sanctity, giving me hexproof. Start the game out. I have hexproof. Boom. Lovely. I don't have really too many ways to make double white. If I draw Leyline of Sanctity at later turns, of course I would mulligan pretty aggressively for it. I could have two Sunken Citadels to make it, which that could be alright. Definitely. This hand looks alright though. We got a castle already. Glimpse, Commune, and Topiary. A very real possibility we'll be getting to Ghalta, I would imagine. 2 Topiaries. Oh, love it. This is Kruga, Fires of Invention. I think there's a pretty good possibility. Oh, there's the Sunken. A good possibility we'll be able to build up. They don't do too much before. Oh, and okay. I'll go with another Sunken. And next turn I can play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant with the Cavern. Turn 4 Ghalta. There you go. Enabled by Glimpse. If we get something with haste, if they're tapped out any sort of way, they die. Okay. Oh, yeah, close-ish. That's all right. That's right. Drop this. Hope they don't have a sweeper. Go big, go home. Whew. But there were 9 things that could have given haste to everybody. So, it's rough not seeing one of those 9 things, but hey, just sometimes these. Oh, okay. There you go. That was turn 4. Turn 4, 8 mana. Thumbs up. Even more better. Well, we got lucky with the Sunken Citadels, but still. Yeah, going to the Arboreal Grazer option. Definitely considering it. I mean, it would be lovely. See it on turn 1 and maybe the opponent is just done. 1 green for a 0/3 beast. We get to put a land from our hand onto the battlefield. So we would have to see a forest, a stomping ground, or possibly Cavern of Souls. I would have to name beast for this, but 13 sources of green untapped on turn 1. That's, I think 13 chances for that is pretty good. I might want to up it a touch, perhaps. But yeah, let's say it happens. Forest, turn 1, puts a Sunken Citadel out on turn 1 with Arboreal Grazer's ability. Come turn 3, I have maybe a Castle Garenbrig, something like that. I could potentially get turn 3 Carnage Tyrant. Arboreal Grazer would be perfectly reasonable on turn 2. Maybe Sunken Citadel has to be my first land. I have Sunken and 2 Castle Garenbrigs. Everything's always entering tapped. This needs a forest. This always enters like that. So Sunken is the first land. After it untaps, we choose green. We play Grazer on turn 2, putting another Sunken down, plus Castle Garenbrig as our land for the turn. Something like that. Some lovely mixture. And then all that untaps. Even if I don't draw a 4th land, I still make 6 green with that mixture. Okay. I haven't done that in a while. I get off on a tangent talking exactly why you might do something with something. And that's how it goes. That's alright. We got him good. That hand won't. But again, Arboreal Grazer really could be a difference maker. Would I switch it out for Glimpse the Core? Maybe not. What would I switch it out for? Maybe Tranquil Throwback, move this to the sideboard, take out Giant Cindermaw because Roiling Vortex hates against life gain. Well, could be good. Yeah, tempting for sure. This one too, more lands. No commune. Yeah, we're going to keep it. Send one Regisaur to the bottom. 2 things that give haste, which is definitely what I'd like to see. But a very good chance to either see Commune or a Topiary Stomper or a Glimpse the Core. 1 of 12 things. By turn 3, reasonable enough. Or I could just draw a Castle Garenbrig. Commune or Castle next turn, stuff like that. See if they play Fires of Invention here. No, no, well, there you go. Glimpse the Core. We're getting ahead. Like I said, hopefully they don't have counter spells, but I could see that coming up. They have access to blue with Spira's Head Core. Oh, good. Access to blue. Greater Tanuki, yeah. Oh, I've wondered about that. Oh, okay, well, if it is Quintorius canned, we've got Roiling Vortex to shut them down, but... yeah. Okay. I have one of the best things to stop them. But yeah, discard Greater Tanuki, search your library for a basic, put it onto the battlefield. Interesting. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely dead. If they get Quintorius going, that's done for. But yes, Roiling Vortex. They can only cast 3 things. If they're at full health, they discover 3 times, they cast a spell 3 times for nothing. That's 15 damage. If they do it again, they die. Chances are they likely have some way to deal with it. Certainly all the Roiling Vortexes. Tranquil Throwback is not doing anything. We just got to stick Roiling Vortex or multiples, and we win. They can't do their Discover shenanigans. Maybe they haven't had Roiling Vortex used against them, so it's going to be extra nice. We know what they're doing. We know to watch out. Maybe turn 4, perhaps turn 3 if they've gotten extra lucky. They can make the 5 mana for Quintorius to start the Discover chain. Ooh, oh. Man, that is very tempting. So much good ramp and stuff, but it's no Roiling Vortex. I don't want to risk it. Oh, okay. Whew. Phew. At least I see it. That's good. That's good. And we got our sources of red easily with that Stomping Ground. Now let's hope they don't have too many Besagers. Hopefully I see another Roiling Vortex. We don't actually need to play it yet. We got a couple turns, so reasonably I can ramp with Glimpse the Core. At least a couple turns here. Next turn I could play 2 Roiling Vortexes, potentially. Certainly been quite some time since I faced this Discover combo, but I'm just glad I have something to combat it. Ping them. Do it. Better have removal for it right away. Well, hopefully they don't. Search for a swamp or an island. Leyline binding the Roiling Vortex. Maybe not. Okay. That's good. I like it. At least we get it in range. Actually, we get Tyrranax Rex next turn, and I think that could have a very real possibility of wrecking them. Sadly, don't have a red for Roiling Vortex, which I really would have hoped that, the auto tapper would have done that. Would have used the 2 Forest and Sunken, leaving that Stomping Ground untapped. Well, they're not doing it yet. Even if I buy myself a couple turns, a turn or 2, we should be alright. Yeah, another Forest. We get to attack with Topiary Stomper, might as well. They can't counter T-Rex. They can't do a whole lot. Yeah, keep doing your herd migration. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. Play Quintorius cans. Do it. Good game for them.
Ruthless aggression.
See you later, buddy. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, they got three Quintoriuses. Ugh. Okay, well, it's not as good as I thought it was. Well, that's no fun. Okay, well, I'll try something different next turn. Yeah, okay. Seemed like it makes sense. It really makes, or it made more sense with the geological appraiser. Yeah. Did catch me off guard. I figured, oh, the dealing 5 damage would have done the trick, but yeah. They take 5, they can't gain any life. That would have done them in. Okay. Well, I know for next time. The Roiling Vortex still is the thing. Stop the life gain, plus they take 5. I just didn't leave the red up. Hopefully I face him again. Now, there's always room for improvement. At least I had something for that deck though. You live, you learn. We'll get him next time. Definitely. Yeah, reasonable enough. 3 lands, getting to Topiary. Mix in a Castle Garenbrig, a Sunken. Glimpse the core to ramp further. Commune to dig, to grab the castle. I've seen much worse. That's definitely doable. Eventually, once the opponent gets their act together. But it might be Angels. This could be rough. Or Amalia Explorer combo, which Roiling Vortex is also going to... Ooh, a snow-covered forest. I don't know what's going on here. Don't need any more sources of red. That's for sure. Alright. Hey, at least if it's a 5th land, I can go Perforos next turn. We're going to see him help. Perhaps a bit. Huh. Sentinel of Lost Lore. 3 for a 3/4. That's all it was. I'll take it. That's not so bad. Celestia. Huh. Okay. Midrange. Something. I like Carnage Tyrant, that's for sure. That's going to be scary. Oh. Okay, so it is devotion. I was wondering about that. I saw the Temple Garden and I just assumed, well, it's not that, but now we know. Now we know. Maybe, perhaps we can squeak one out. Glimpse the core, set up a little bit for perhaps a very big explosive Ghalta. Yeah, definitely cut. Ooh, Cityscape Leveler. Never a fun time, that's for sure. They only have 2 mana. We should be okay as long as they don't go with another Nykthos. Attack. You know you want it. Do it. Ooh, they don't. Never mind. Okay, folks. Are they dead? We're about to find out. They goofed up because, and I was thinking of exploring this, pun intended, Power Stones. I can use it to activate Castle Garenbrig to help me get there. One angle I wanted to test out, and maybe this will help. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this is enough. We're about to find out. 27. Yeah, I like it. We still have the egg to block somebody next turn. Enough things probably have to block. It's just going to get worse. They would have popped off and had way too many creatures if I didn't attack at all. If I attacked with just a few, wouldn't be quite what I'm hoping for. It's all or nothing, or we definitely die or are buried next turn. I'm just glad, happy, just by happenstance, that the Power Stone thing came into effect. Ooh, down to 1. That's okay. It's okay. Maybe. Well, we'll find out. At least we still got that egg. I would imagine they barf too much, or they just kill us with something that has trample or whatnot. Certainly it is the deck that doesn't interact too much, so it gives me pretty much the best chance of doing what I'm looking to do. One of these days here. If only I increased the power of everybody, that would be pretty sweet. I believe when they unearth the Cityscape Leveler, it does get haste, and yeah, that tends to do the trick. Almost, down to 1. That was fun. Tranquil Frillback, switch it out, Brotherhood's End. A lot of their stuff is too powerful for this to do a whole lot. Enchantment Destruction, sometimes. Wolfwillow Haven, the enchantment that the Old Growth Troll becomes when it dies. It enchants a land and they can tap for more mana as well. Don't really need anything. I don't have Alpine Moon or Damping Sphere to turn off Nykthos, which was a very real possibility. Alpine Moon mostly, because Damping Sphere really just, well, it hurts me too much, as you guys may have seen. The night I used it, I was reminded why I don't like it. Probably had been too long. I forgot about that painful point. But this hand, that looks quite painful. Send Regisaur to the bottom. Keep Palanni's Hatcher just because it's more jump blockers, pretty much. It might buy me a little bit of time, where Regisaur Alpha is just 2. Oh, phew. I got Cavern. At the very least, I can make 3 on turn 3, and that could be the difference. Helping the other castle to enter untapped, search for the mountain to easily play Palanni's, but we got Cavern of Souls to do that, so I think we're all right. Making 6 with those lands, 7 with the castle, 7, 8. Eventually getting to Ghalta. Too little too late, that's a very real possibility, especially with the painful questing beast. Yeah, has to be sunken. I forgot I grabbed the mountain. The castles enter tap, sadly, so there we go. Hopefully they don't have Beseiju. As long as we draw some big creature next turn, that could be it. Oh, down to 3. We're not dead. We're not dead. But seems like they may be. Almost. Close. I guess Questing Beast didn't tap, so that's something. Winning sometimes. More losing, unfortunately, but that is how it goes. Yeah. Attack with all those 2 blockers. Should be safe. I'll leave 1 behind just in case. Have another blocker for the Questing Beast. That's pretty good still. I like it. If we are going to be winning, it's going to be this game right here. Oh, they have a fighting thing, maybe with the questing beast, death touch. That's not a pretty combination. Or storm the festival. Go big or go home. And the Elder Gargroth, the old growth troll, they don't get to attack. They don't have haste, so I'm fine with that. I'd happily trade with Plany's Hatcher. I was going to be attacking with it anyways. And I didn't have any creature in my hand that, well, I needed the haste for, so that's fine by me. At least one of those things has to block Ghalta. I'm okay with that. Topiary Stomper, 16. That should be alright. Yes, the new version of Mono Green. I've seen a lot of wacky stuff, I must say. Polychronos has to block, but now they gain 3 life anyways. Now. Not gonna happen. Unfortunately. Alright, revenge against Mono Green. We need revenge against a lot of stuff tonight. But I'll still keep it like this. Won't tweak the lands, won't tweak Glimpse the Core, any of that stuff, even though it does seem like a lot of times flooding too much. Got to get a big sample size. I always try and advocate for a big sample size just to get the best possible picture. Sometimes you just have batches of games, matches where it makes you think, why the heck am I doing this? Lots of people see 22 lands, they think, oh, that's not enough. That's not going to work out. And then you get strings of moments where it's, darn, I don't need another Glimpse the Core at all. But then sometimes you see those moments where Glimpse the Core just was the absolute perfect thing. Supercharging, getting the forest, getting Castle Garenbrig untapped, allowing for that absolute explosion as this hand seems like it might be. As long as they don't Thoughtseize away Topiary Stomper, Jengatha. Could be Elementals, it could be Rakdos Sacrifice, potentially. It's a very real possibility. Yeah, got the package. Looking at 6 green eventually after Topiary grabs the other land, so we're well on our way to Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant. 2 hasty creatures to give everybody haste. That's pretty good. Classic Gruul vehicles. Okay. That's alright. At least we're going first, but this is a very nasty deck. Rough, sometimes. Stormseeker. Maybe it's not the Stormseeker. Okay, good. The Huntsman's Redemption. That is also quite painful indeed, but hey, we got that cavern. We're setting up. Regisaur or Plany's Hatcher next turn. I would imagine that's going to buy us enough time. As long as Plany's buys us a turn, which oftentimes it does. That's what we're looking for. Maybe I draw another land next turn, cavern, plus that land, eventually Ghalta, hasty with Regisaur, and we smoke them. Boom. Interesting though. They didn't sacrifice a creature. I like that. They must be desperate for that mana from the Llanowar elves. Oftentimes, they tap the elf for the mana, then sacrifice it, search for something, play it. I'm liking my chances. Or they already have the big thing in their hands that they would have naturally wanted to dig for. That's got to be... It's got to be it. Love-struck beast, also pretty painful. Going to be hit, or at least swung with a lot of power. Oh, they have removal for somebody. Instant speed something. I don't know why they didn't play that love-struck beast. That has to be the case. But we got what we were looking for. We got that extra land. If they don't kill us next turn, there's a very real possibility we will kill them. Also a very good possibility they can deal at least 3 damage to Palani's Hatcher. We won't be hatching any eggs, sadly. I could see something happening at instant speed. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Maybe they wanted to kill the egg I hatched. I'm not going to bother attacking with the token. I'm going to give myself the absolute best chance at... Okay. Okay, they thought I'd play some dinky small thing. Well, that's not the case because I have no dinky small things. The best... Well, the nastiest thing they can do. Love-struck beast, 5 power. Well, it doesn't have haste. Yeah, I guess we can attack. We at least have Palani's Hatcher to block. I think that's going to be enough to help us survive. Even if we had no blockers and we're at 17, we still probably would have survived. 9, that's not going to do it. They're not killing me here. Play a creature. Watch yourself die. Do it. God.
You have no power here.
That's pretty deadly stuff. Oh my goodness. Tends to do a trick. Ouch. That's what it's all about. There you go. Again, Palani's Hatcher. Buy some time. Use the egg to block some big creature that didn't have trample. Okay, man. Whew. Do I need Perforos? That's the question. How often is the one Palani's or the one Regisaur getting killed or answered? It happens a lot. I remember the times that they get killed and everything doesn't have haste more than the times that it works out. Confirmation bias or whatever they call it. So could I trim Perforos? Could it be a cheaper creature? Yeah. Could Glimpse the Core be something different? I don't think so. Yes, good game. Gonna be a good game when we bring in Brotherhood's End, that's for sure. Tranquil Throwback. Tranquil Throwback could be used to take out the Huntsman's Redemption. That could be pretty nice. But no. We'll keep it with Brotherhood's End. The lovely Brotherhood's End. 3 damage, take out a lot of their creatures, or most of them, hopefully. Well, it takes out a lot. The 1/1s, the Mana Dorks, the humans, Bone Crusher. Well, that hand would not be crushing anything. I don't even have a source of red. The first source of red for the Brotherhood's End. Which I also... It is better. I'm going to keep this. I would like to keep Ghalta, though. Maybe. Yeah, we'll send Regisaur to the bottom. Again, the Palani's. Good. More blockers. More time. And I will go with Commune. I know I have Glimpse. That's what I'm going to be going with turn 2 anyways. So that's what I want to be grabbing. Ghalta as well. Let's do it. Let's set up. Make him squirm. Make him be a little bit scared after we bash them in. So good. Maybe not so good this right here. Hopefully no Lovestruck Beast next turn. Hasted with the Reckless Stormseeker. Hit for 8. Next turn is... well, there's not a whole lot we can do in those situations. Yikes. And with Glimpse the Core, I really could consider or reconsider Hulking Raptor. If I go with this turn 2, could be looking at 4 mana on turn 3, right in line with that lovely new Dinosaur. That would be extra explosive. Extra painful here. Well, I will be sacrificing the Reckless Stormseeker, but I'm okay with that. If that is what they do. Oh, they might not. Huh. Okay, that's also pretty good. Also pretty dead. You can see how lovely, like, if I could see Sunken Citadel every single game, or Sunken and Castle Garenbrig, increase the consistency, which Sylvan Scrying, that would have done the trick. Bought us time. Enough that, well, we wouldn't have died, sadly. Do I want to keep Brotherhoods? Do I like Tranquil Throwback? That is the question. Or just Giant Cinema, a body. Something. 4 power, trade with at least a few things. Nah, we'll keep Brotherhood's End. I like it. I actually used Brotherhood's End against another Gruul Vehicles deck, and that was the whole entire reason that I won that match. It really proved itself. But sometimes, hit or miss, they have some big stuff. You only take out a few small things, and it's not nearly as impactful as you hope. And again, being pretty heavy into green, something that requires 2 red is, well, it's rough. Also rough when you have no lands. Okay. Both Sunkens could be chosen as red, although I would hope at least I see another source. I'll have the first one chosen as red just in case to set up, to start, but, well, we'll see. Really doesn't make sense to have both of them as red, but in a pinch, if that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Yeah, we'll send Ghalta to the bottom. Ghalta and Carnage Tyrant. Oh boy, Stomping Ground or Mountain, that would be ideal. Okay, that's what it's got to be. Yikes, I didn't know if it would come to this. It was bound to come to this at some point. Hey, you're going down, Reckless Stormseeker, not today. Sweeping, next turn, 100%. That's going to buy us time. Definitely, Sweltering Suns is absolutely a very real possibility. I do like the cycling. Hey, you can start out with Sweltering Suns and you don't have to worry too much if you don't need it in a certain matchup, or you don't need it later on. Yeah. No, they're looking at Brotherhood's End. They're crying because we got them. We got them good. We really hurt them. That would have been a painful turn, my goodness. At the very least, we got Topiary, 5 mana next turn. That'll be alright. If I get a Castle Garenbrig, I can make the 2 green with the forests, plus the 2 from Sunken. So I could have a very explosive turn. Being hit for 6, we still might be fast enough. Oh, okay, that's good. I do need to grab a land though. Yeah, gotta be a land. Sadly. We still got to play Perforos and maybe not die next turn. Although they do have Den of the Bugbear. 6... we won't have much health left, that's for sure. A very interesting turn of events though. Both Sunkens. No castle quite yet. Not too many creatures as well. Ooh, yeah, that does tend to do the trick. They only have to connect with that Bone Crusher and then they sacrifice it with the Voldaran Thrill Seeker. It tends to do the trick. It's kind of like pseudo double strike, you could say. No, can't get them all. All right, at least one more. How long's it been? Only an hour and a half. Okay. Now, one more. See if we can end on a high note. Can't always be good unless you curate things over hours. Over curate, I guess you could say. Never really appreciated that, but hey, if you like what you're watching or you like what you're making, that's the most important thing. What's it going to be? It's been all over the map. I must say, I like not facing Mono Blue Devotion, even though it's so completely uncommon. That is painful. That was extra painful. Whew. Not fun. That looks like a fun hand, definitely. Hey, see Commune, dig for castle. Boom. 2 Sunkens though. I love it. Keep that hand any day. Unless I know something specific is coming up. Hopefully it's not. Greasefang. Okay. That is going to be rough. Hopefully it's not turn 3 par. Well, it looks like it's going to be turn 3 Ezeka's Chariot, sadly. Which also will probably do the trick. It's not like I can do anything to hate on the graveyard in game 1. Tranquil Frillback is too slow. They almost were about to do the thing. Castle Garenbrig, where you at, good buddy? That might do it. Castle. Oh, we got it. We got the castle. Next turn, dead. Next turn, they're dead. Folks, next turn, they're dead. If they don't kill us this turn, they're dead. Now you got Greasefang, do ya? Grizzly Salvage, more like Grizzly Dead.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh, look. See you later, buddy. Gotcha. That's pretty good. Oh, ooh, ouch. Sometimes Greasefang does not always do their thing. That's for sure. But I don't have, well, I mean, I do have Graveyard Hate. I just have to hope it's fast enough. Really looking to see the Glimpse the Core on turn 2. To be at 4 mana on turn 3. To have that extra mana for Tranquil Frillback here. Other than that, hopefully they don't do their thing. There you go. It was looking grim. But either I drew the castle, I get the Commune to dig for the castle, which after quite a few turns, plus the digging, looking 5 deep with Commune, a very good chance to see the first castle Garenbrig in that mixture. I mean, it's no Tranquil Frillback. Commune could grab Tranquil Frillback, which, let's go with that. I'll take it. See what we draw this first turn as well. Oh, okay. A double Sunken. Well. Good. Yeah. We'll go with Sunken again. It has to enter the battlefield tapped at some point. See. Oh, if we can. Ooh. They don't have anything in the... Oh, this is good. Oh, this is deadly. Force this turn. We can use Glimpse to get an extra land to be in range of Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant on turn 4. If we draw it, they die. Commune doesn't dig it. I could see Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant next turn. But I'm going to grab a Tranquil Throwback if I want that graveyard hate. Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant, they die. I was thinking of grabbing another hasty thing with Plany's Hatcher, but just in case... Oh, they're still not doing anything. Huh. Oh, just the Greasefang. Okay. Fine by me. I really would have liked to keep the Source of Red for Regisaur plus Ghalta, but that just wasn't the case. So I'm just going to play Tyrranax Rex. It's the hastiest, most explosive, aggressive thing that I can possibly do. The biggest headache for this opponent. Are you going to make me sacrifice it? I can't target it. Sheoldred's Edict is... pretty good. Oh, but better Triumph though. Interesting. I thought they goofed up, but I forgot that part of it is discarding a card, so it's a way to get Parhelion into the graveyard. Okay. Well, Cavern of Souls is the source of red that I was looking for. We don't need to tap that. Make sure I get my 6 green from that, the 1 red from Cavern for Regisaur. 2 for good old Ghalta, and that tends to do the trick. Oh!
You won! You did it!
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Okay. I got revenge. A little bit of a stumbling, but even if it's meant to go good, consistently you still could stumble back to back to back. And that certainly worked out. Yeah, get the Greasefang in 2. Woohoo. And you also saw how good Ghalta Primal Hunger is. We all know how good it can be. But again, only having 1 copy. I want to add more. I could cut Perforos. I could certainly see cutting Perforos, the Bronze-Blooded. Maybe something else. Maybe I just trim a couple Tranquil Throwbacks. Use that to free up space for something else. Something else that digs, because certainly there were many moments tonight where it was just too many lands. Would I like Tranquil Throwback? In the sideboard? Maybe. Perforos for a 2nd copy of Ghalta Primal Hunger. Also maybe. That could be quite a bit better. There's quite a few chances where I have enough to play the Queen, where I would rather this than a copy of Perforos. Your most hated deck. Well, I'm glad I could fry the Greasy Rat. Like nothing before. Speaking of frying. There you go. Get him. Absolutely squashed beneath the feet of the best Dinosaur Stampede, the most powerful, overwhelming. I don't care about those angels. I was swinging with 23. Didn't matter. Okay. Good. We got him. I know I can get him. I don't always get him, but that's pretty fantastic. Yeah. Wow. Does the trick. All right. We'll leave it there for tonight. Everybody watching right now, later on, whenever it is, have a good rest of your time zone. Get some good rest. And hopefully you have less snow to shovel than me. Whew. We got a lot. And stay warm if you're cold. Somewhere that's cold right now. Okay. Peace.